Welcome to the latest climate podcast. Here are today's top climate news stories. The United States is currently experiencing significant shifts in climate policy under President Donald Trump, who is skeptical of climate science. His administration is working to dismantle regulations that address climate change, including plans to declare that greenhouse gas emissions do not threaten human health. This move could undermine the Environmental Protection Agency's ability to regulate emissions. Additionally, Trump is reversing progress on renewable energy incentives and supporting the coal industry. As a result, experts warn that these actions could lead to increased pollution and health risks, while the impacts of climate change continue to escalate across the country.
In the UK, thousands of households with driveways may need to install new electric vehicle chargers by 2030 to avoid outdated technology. Simpson & Partners, a company specializing in eco-friendly chargers, warns that over 100,000 existing charging units could end up in landfills. Co-founder Mandy Simpson emphasizes the importance of durable chargers that can be updated rather than discarded. Excitingly, their new chargers are compatible with the Intelligent Octopus Go energy tariff, allowing users to charge their electric vehicles at lower rates. Additionally, these chargers will enable customers to earn money by sending energy back to the grid, promoting sustainability.
In Himachal Pradesh, Chief Minister Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu celebrated the short film The Last Drop, which highlights the urgent issue of climate change during a special screening in Shimla. Featuring Arunodaya Sharma, the film focuses on the alarming problem of melting glaciers and will premiere at the Great Himalayan Water Festival. The Chief Minister praised its creative way of raising awareness among youth and emphasized the need for collective action against global warming. He also announced an early warning system to monitor disasters in real time, showcasing the state's commitment to addressing climate challenges effectively.
New Yorkers are facing intense heat waves, prompting a call to action against climate change. Emergency management expert Kelly McKinney emphasizes the need for a proactive mindset to tackle this growing crisis. Fortunately, New York's leaders, including Governor Kathy Hochul, have already taken significant steps by passing the Climate Leadership Community Protection Act. This law sets clear deadlines for improving air quality and reducing heat, steering clear of false hopes from the fossil fuel industry. New Yorkers are encouraged to support their leaders in maintaining this commitment to a sustainable future, ensuring a healthier environment for all.
The Philippines is facing a critical moment in addressing climate change, as President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. delivered his fourth State of the Nation address amid escalating climate emergencies, including 3 recent typhoons. While he announced plans to electrify 4 million households, including 1 million with solar power, critics argue his reliance on fossil fuels and big business strategies will hinder true progress. Calls for a shift to 100% renewable energy and a phase-out of fossil fuels by 2030 are growing louder. Activists emphasize the need for a just transition that prioritizes human rights and ecological balance for a sustainable future.
The United Kingdom faces challenges with the proposed expansion of Heathrow Airport, which could increase carbon dioxide emissions and hinder climate goals. While the government suggests investing in low-carbon fuel research and electric planes, these technologies may take decades to develop. The Climate Change Committee warns that airport expansion could breach the UK's carbon budgets, urging realistic demand projections that align with climate targets. Campaigners argue that expanding Heathrow is unlikely to meet these budgets. Alternatives like promoting train travel over short flights could help, but they would require government investment and policy changes, which seem unlikely at present.
In the United States, President Donald Trump is pushing to revive the coal industry, with the Energy Department recently posting a controversial meme promoting coal. critics have responded negatively, highlighting the inefficiencies and environmental concerns associated with coal compared to cleaner energy sources like wind and solar. Many pointed out that coal mining in the U.S. has significantly declined, and they argue that the focus should be on renewable technologies. Despite this backlash, Trump continues to prioritize fossil fuels, including coal, nuclear, and gas, while dismissing cleaner energy options. The debate over energy sources remains a hot topic in America.
Wildfires in Arizona and Utah are creating unusual weather patterns, including fire clouds, which complicate firefighting efforts. The Dragon Bravo fire in Arizona, now a mega fire, has burned over 164 square miles and is 9% contained, while the Monroe Canyon fire in Utah has charred 75 square miles and is 11% contained. Both fires have prompted evacuation orders and power outages. Despite the challenges, local communities are rallying together to support one another, showcasing resilience in the face of adversity. As climate change intensifies these conditions, the need for effective firefighting strategies becomes even more crucial.
In Rotterdam, the majestic vessel Oosterschelde returned from a 2-year global conservation voyage inspired by Charles Darwin, bringing both a warning about climate change and a message of hope. The journey, which covered over 40,000 nautical miles, involved 100 young conservationists studying species observed by Darwin. They explored the impacts of climate change and habitat loss, yet found inspiration in local efforts to protect the environment. Crew member Daan van Roosmalen expressed the importance of inspiring young people to care for the planet, echoing the spirit of Darwin, who would likely support their mission to safeguard nature for future generations.
Australia is facing important decisions regarding its climate policy as the United Nations climate chief, Simon Steele, urges the nation to adopt a bold emissions reduction target for 2035. Speaking at a Smart Energy Council event in Sydney, Steele emphasized that Australia should aim high and not choose the easy path. He believes that the upcoming target announcement will be a significant moment for the country, highlighting the need for ambitious action in the face of climate challenges. This call for a stronger commitment reflects the ongoing discussions about balancing domestic politics and global energy needs.
Climate scientists in the United States are expressing concern that the Department of Energy has misrepresented their research in a recent report. They argue that the document inaccurately downplays human impact on global warming and contains numerous errors. Notable scientists, including Benjamin Santer from the University of East Anglia in the United Kingdom, criticized the report for misusing their findings. Researchers from various institutions, including the Vrije Universiteit Amsterdam in the Netherlands and the University of St. Andrews in Scotland, echoed these sentiments. The Department of Energy plans to allow public comments on the report before finalizing it, encouraging engagement on climate science.
Canada is facing significant challenges due to climate change, particularly affecting sports and events. A recent study reveals that extreme weather has increasingly disrupted festivals and sporting events, with Canada being the hardest hit. Over 2 decades, 57% of event disruptions were linked to climate change, with wildfires and smoke causing the most cancellations. As the 2026 FIFA World Cup approaches, organizers are adapting to these challenges by implementing new protocols to protect players and fans from extreme heat. This research highlights the urgent need for proactive planning to ensure the future of events in Canada.
In Victoria, farmers like Sandra Jefford and Wilco Droppard are eager to harness renewable energy through microgrids, but face challenges due to state regulations. They have invested $1 million in solar infrastructure on their dairy farm in Gippsland, generating 200 kilowatts of power daily. However, current laws restrict sharing energy across different properties, hindering their efforts. Fellow farmer Angus Silm shares similar frustrations, advocating for legislative changes to support microgrids. Despite these obstacles, both farmers remain committed to renewable energy, believing it is essential for sustainable farming and reducing costs in the future.
Colombia is facing a significant challenge with a 43% increase in deforestation, primarily in its Amazon region. In the first half of 2024, around 113,608 hectares of forest were lost, reversing previous conservation efforts. Environment Minister Lina Estrada highlighted that drought-related forest fires, driven by climate change, along with land grabbing and illegal farming, are major contributors to this crisis. Despite this setback, Colombia remains one of the most biodiverse countries in the world, with over 59 million hectares of forest, covering more than half of its territory. Protecting these vital ecosystems is crucial for the future.
India is making exciting strides in clean energy with the recent approval of battery projects in Maharashtra and Gujarat. These initiatives aim to store excess electricity from solar farms, ensuring a reliable power supply even when the sun isn't shining. With battery prices dropping significantly, these states are embracing technology that enhances green energy stability. Although batteries currently provide short-term solutions, advancements in battery technology, including non-lithium options, promise a brighter future. As smart meters become more common, dynamic pricing could further optimize electricity use, benefiting both consumers and utilities, while promoting a cleaner energy landscape in India.
In South Carolina, a radioactive wasp nest was discovered at the Savannah River site, a former nuclear weapons facility. Federal officials reported that the radiation levels were 10 times above the allowed limit, but they assured the public that there was no environmental impact or risk to health. The nest, found near tanks storing liquid nuclear waste, was safely removed and disposed of as radiological waste. The U.S. Department of Energy clarified that this incident stemmed from past radioactive contamination and was not due to any current contamination control issues. Overall, the situation was handled effectively and safely.
Skokie, Illinois is making exciting strides in sustainability by phasing out 10 gas-powered vehicles and replacing them with electric vehicles over the next year. To support this transition, the village has added 13 new Level 2 electric vehicle charging ports at Village Hall, boosting charging capacity by over 50%. This initiative, in partnership with ComEd, aims to promote zero-emissions vehicles and improve air quality. Skokie's environmental sustainability plan targets a 30% reduction in fossil fuel consumption by 2030, and the new electric fleet is expected to cut carbon emissions by 14 metric tons annually, while saving the village about $6,000 each year.
The Trump administration is canceling plans for new offshore wind projects in the United States, affecting over 3.5 million acres previously designated for wind energy development. This decision halts anticipated lease sales off the coasts of Texas, Louisiana, Maine, New York, California, and Oregon. Critics, including the Sierra Club, argue that this move obstructs the transition to cleaner energy. Meanwhile, European companies are advancing offshore wind farms along America's east coast. Despite the challenges, advocates for renewable energy continue to push for a greener future, emphasizing the importance of wind and solar power in reducing reliance on fossil fuels. For more climate news, make sure to download the Change Your Climate app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Please note these stories were AI generated from real news sources, which isn't always perfect. If you have any concerns or questions about the news contained in this podcast, please reach out to us. Thank you, and see you tomorrow.